Shalom, shalom. Giving honor and praise to the Creator and the Maker of heaven and earth, the Most High. My name is Yeshaya Yisrael of the tribe of Dan of the nation of Israel. This is Hebrew class part 4, How to Read Hebrew. A presentation brought to you from the congregation Shema Yisrael. Giving due respect to the leader and founder of Shema Yisrael, Nasi Zippor, as well as his son, Nasi Nathanael, and our beloved Chief Nathanael of the tribe of Lewi. This is going to be not a very long one, but a very necessary one in order to understand how Hebrew is to be read, in order to understand how Hebrew functions. All right? So we want this to be noted for edification purposes. Okay? All right. Shalom Lakem, Od Pa'am. As stated, this is Hebrew class number 4, How to Read Hebrew. In the previous lessons, we've gone over the alphabet, the vowels, and one of the things that we're going to keep on doing is emphasizing once that is noted, that is to say the alphabet and the vowels, one by default then knows how to read. Now, one of the things that we want to be noted, as stated for edification purposes, is that Hebrew is different, yes, but it is not difficult. Once a person has in his or her mind that it is difficult, then he or she has already, as far as Hebrew understanding is concerned, has in layman terms missed the boat. All right? We don't want nobody missing a boat. We want people to be able to understand, know, and comprehend what we're talking about, where we're coming from, why are we coming from, where are we coming from, and so forth. All right? So we're going to start by first reading out of this book here, namely out of Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 1. Anoki ya Eloheka, Ashahu Zetika, me Eretz Mitzrayim, me Beit Abadim. Lo Yelaka Elohim Akerim al Panai. Lo Ta'ase Laka Fisel Wakal Tamuna. Asher Bashamayim Mima'al. Wa Asher Ba'aretz Mitaka. Wa Asher Bamayim Mitaka La Aretz. Lo Tishtaka We Lahim. Wa Lo Ta'avdim. Ki Ano Ki Ya Eloheka. El Kwana. Poquade Awon Abot Al Banin wa Al Shileshin wa Al Ribeim Leson I. We Ose Chesed La Alafim. Le Ohabai Ul Shomre Mitvotai. Lo Tisa Et Shem Ya Eloheka Lashal. Kilo Yenakwe Ya. Et Asher Yisa Et Shemo Lashal. Shamor Et Yom Hashabat Le Quacho. Kasho Zilka Ya Eloheka. Chishet Yami. Ta'abod wa Asita Kol Malakteka. Yom Hashbi'i Shabbat la ya Elohiaka. Lo ta'ase kol malaka. Ata ubinka ubiteka wa abdeka wa amateka. Wa shorka wa kamorka. Wa kal behemteka. Wa gerka ashel bish areka. Lama aya nuak. Abdeka wa amaka kemoka. Wa zakorata ki ebed hayita. Wa aret mitzrayim. Wa yo ziaka ya Elohiaka nishan. Wa ya kazakwa. Ubis roa netuya. Al king zil ka. Ya Eloheka la aso et yom hashabat. Kabet et abika we et imeka. Ka ashel zil ka. Ya Eloheka. Lema ya arikun ya meka ulma yitab laka. Al ha adama. Ashel ya Eloheka no ting la. Lo tirazak lo tin a. Lo tik no. Lo ta ane bare aka et shao. Walo takmod eshet re'elka. Walo tit awe bet re'elka sadehu. Wa abdo, wa amato. Shoro, wa chamoro. Wako ashir le re'elka. So I just had one of that to be read. That's coming out of the book of Deuteronomy chapter 5. All right, so we can gain some understanding for edification purposes. What we're looking at as some from the notes from before in review, okay, is this here. Aleph, Bet, Gemel, Dalet, Hey, Wow, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Pei, Zade, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tau. All right. So just want this to be noted for edification purposes. Silent letter, Bet, B sound. Gamel, G sound. Dalit, D sound. Hey, H sound. Wow, W sound. Zain, Z sound. Het, KH sound. I don't say CH so it won't be confused like the pronunciation of cheese. Tet, T sound. Yod, Y sound. Kaf, K sound. Lamed, L sound. Mem, M sound. Nun, N sound. Samek, S sound. Ayin. Some say mute, some say it's a guttural. We'll explain that further even in the next lesson. Pei, P sound. Zadeh, TZ sound. Kuf, Q sound. Resh, R sound. Shin, SH, sh sound. And Tau, some say T sound, some say TH. So we just want this to be noted for edification purposes. All right? So let's continue on in this particular regard, if we will. All right? Continuing on then in this review aspect. And this shows this. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Wow, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Kaf Sophie, Lamed, Mem, Mem Sophie, Nun, Nun Sophie, Samek, Ain, Pei, Fe Sophie, Zadeh, Zadeh Sophie, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Tau. So just want that to be noted, all right, within this particular review that we're going over in this regard, okay? Now, this is some of the same notes we went over before, but as stated, it's review. This is a patak, making the A sound under the letter. This is a zere, making the A sound under the letter. This is called a segol, making the air sound as in the word pen under the letter. This is called a shawa. We're going to explain this in this particular lesson as well. You just joined it with the sound before, okay? This is the kirik, making the E sound, all right? And both of these, this being the shuruk, this being a kibbutz, both making the U sound. This goes next to the letter, all right? Now, had this dot or dagish been on top, it would have made the O sound, as in you see coming up, all right? So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about for edification purposes. Now, we're going to go over this here. Hebrew demonstrative pronouns. Singular, masculine, this. You see this letter here is the letter Zain, making what sound? Z. This is the Zere, making the A sound. And this is the letter He. Ze. Ze. Ze means this. Ze ish. This is a man. Ze tob. This is good. Now the word is in the word A in Hebrew are understood. All right. So we want that to be noted. So here we see once again, they, meaning this. All right. Next we see here is Zot, Zain, the O sound in this particular case over the Aleph. All right? So you just say Z and the O. Always remember, as we went over before, Aleph is mute. Okay? So here we have Z and O sound, or Zain, Z sound, and O. Zot, Zot, and this making a T sound. That means this, feminine. Zot Isha, this is a woman. Zot Toba, this is good. All right, depends on what context you're talking about, masculine or feminine. So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about in this regard. All right, here we see masculine, the word that. The letter hey, wow, with the dagesh inside of it, the kibbutz and the aleph. Now, that says what, brothers and sisters? Who? Now, we also remember that who also means he, but it also means that. Is so therefore we see it means that is or he is. The word who. Hey, or making the H sound with the oo, aleph always being mute. Who. All right. So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about in this particular regard. Next we see here is that. Feminine. The letter hey with the kirik and the yod and the aleph. Always remember, regardless of wherever you see aleph, is always mute. It doesn't change. Aleph is mute sound regardless. Anywhere, first of the word, middle of the word, last part of the word, whether it's a suffix, whether it's a prefix, because aleph is not used as a suffix. Aleph is only used as a prefix. But we'll get more into that when we deal with the aspect of verbs. All right. So I just want this to be noted for edification purposes. This says he, meaning that, feminine. He, Isha, that is a woman. Who, Ish, that is a man. So when we're dealing with masculine and feminine, I like to use a simple word like Ish for man and Isha for woman. So it can be noted for edification purposes, simple. All right? So here we see once again, there, Zot, who, he. Now I want this to be noted. We may seem to be a little redundant in certain cases, but nothing that is being presented in this is for vanity. Everything in this kind of lessons are important to be noted for reasoning purposes. Okay? Let's look at this right here, the plural side, as it sees their plural. The word for these, the aleph, and the a sound. Now this thing right here, this little thing that looks like an L to a certain extent, that basically is to serve, basically saying to separate it in sound. That's all that's really saying. All right? That's not really part of the vowel aspect, but it's being shown, so I want to explain what that part is. This is a lamed. Remember, lamed makes the L sound. This dagesh within the lamed signifies that you strengthen the sound of it. That's what that means in that regard. So you have aleph being mute, this being what? The A sound. Lamed is segol, making the S sound. So it's ele, 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 ele anashim. These are men. Ele dibarim. These are words. All right. So I just want this to be seen for edification purposes. All right. So the word ele means these. All right. Next we see here these, feminine. Once again, the aleph and the zere, that right there, as stated, signifying to try to make it separated, all right, in pronunciation. That's what that L looking thing right there signifies. Then you have the lamed with the dagesh within it. Then the a and the hey. Now you notice it's the same word for those who've been following, right? What is that saying? That the word for these, ele, is either masculine or feminine. And it's said the same way. Ele, ele, meaning these. Ele nashim, these are women. Ele ne'arot, these are girls. So whether you're saying the word these as masculine or feminine, it's the same word. Unlike the word for this, which has its own masculine word, and this has its own feminine word. So we want this to be pointed out for edification purposes. Okay? Next we have the word for those. We see what? Now these things you see here, looking like the parentheses, is just that, parentheses, okay? You got the hey, the H sound with the zere. This thing here signifying trying to make it sound separated. This mem has a dagesh within it, just like this lamed has it. And as stated, that just means that you intensify the sound of that particular aspect. All right? This has what? The kwamat. Hema. Hema means those. Hema anashim, those are men. Hema also said as Haim. So whether you say Hema or Haim means those. Now you'll remember those, pardon me, Haim also means they. They are men or those are men. Hema. So we want this to be noted for edification purposes. All right? The Hey with the Zere, the Mem and the Ah. So that way we can gain some understanding of what we're talking about. This is called how to read, parentheses, Hebrew. Okay, so once you understand that, it becomes a whole lot clearer and easier. Feminine, F-E-M stands for feminine. Those, the hey, once again with that L-looking thing. The noon also with the dagesh within it in the kwamat. Hey na, hey na, hey na nashim, those women. Or hain, also meaning those. Haim and hain are also part of the pronouns. If you remember the lesson from last week, we went over haim and hain as they. Also, as we see here, means those. So you have hema or haim, or haina or hain, in an aspect of the feminine thing. So these are just things we want to be noted for edification purposes. All right. Now, what you're looking at right here, brothers and sisters, is the word what? Shalom. The sheen and the kwamats. Sheen and the kwamats. This makes the ah sound. Sheen makes the sh, sh sound. Sha, 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 sha. This is a lamed with or without the dagesh within it, okay? And this makes the L sound, regardless of the dagesh in it or not. This is a vowel serving as a vowel holder with the O on top, called the kolam in this regard. This is a mem sophie. Taking away the sheen and kwamat, you have the lamed, the vowel with the O, and a mem. L and O, this is the O sound. Now, had that dot been here within the vowel, it would have been an U sound, as in the word Yerushalem. But this word here says shalom. Taking away, as stated, the sheen and the kwamat, you have the L sound and the O. Lo, lo, loma, shalom. See, this is a common word that's used, so that's why I picked it for a reason and purposes, so you can begin to identify with it. If you're able to see that this is a sheen with the ah sound, the lamed with the O sound, and the mem, shalom, you have just read Hebrew. I want this to be noted for edification purposes. If you can read this, you can read Hebrew. One more time. If you can read this, you can read Hebrew. It's not difficult. Now, as you begin to read Hebrew, you understand, such as in the book that we read out of earlier, the Torah, the Tikkun, the Korim, you may not, unfortunately, no offense intended, may not know what you're reading at first, but this is why I say learn the words and vocabulary that you're familiar with. We're familiar with saying peace. We say shalom more than melchama. Melchama is the opposite of shalom. Melchama means war. So we want this to be noted for edification purposes. If you're able to read this word, you are reading Hebrew. You have graduated. Clap for yourself. All right. So we want this, as stated, May seem yours is redundant, yes, because we want this to be brought home to the people. If you can read this, you can read Hebrew. All right? So that way there will be no misunderstanding of what we're talking about and what we're dealing with. Okay? Now, let's look at this word right here. I said we're going to be dealing with the shawah, right? Let's look at this word right here. As we see here in the English, it says Naphtali. We're going to explain how this word comes out to be such. You have the noon. Okay, the noon makes the N sound. All right? This is called what? The patak. The N sound in ah. Nah. Nah. That's how that works in that regard. This is the letter Fe or Pe. Doesn't matter whether you say P or F. Generally, the ancient people will say that it's supposedly, regardless, only a P. But let's just go on with this particular aspect for reading purposes. Noon and ah, nah. This right here, as we went over in lesson 2, is called the shawah. Naf, naf. Why? Because in the shawah, you basically join the sound with what is before it. Naf, naf, and then you continue reading on. You don't say naf, fe, tau, quamats. No, naf, then you continue reading. I want this to be continually brought out. This is how to read Hebrew. All right? Noon and the ah sound, the pei and the shawah together. It joins it. Naf. That's the end of that part. Then we have the tau here. All right, with the quamats. Naf ta. T and ah sound. T and ah sound. Naf ta. The tau and the ah sound. Ta. Naf ta. Naf. And that ends that. Then you continue going on. Anytime you see a shawah, you know that's the end point or like a period if you may want to put it in English terms, and then you continue on. Or maybe yet better off, maybe a comma where you pause. All right, we want to say it like that. This serves maybe in English as somewhat like a comma. You pause, then you continue reading on with the rest. Naf, naf, tau, making the T sound and ah. Naf, ta, lamed in the kirik is what? E. With or without the yod, but the yod in this case will strengthen it. Naphtali, noon and ah, pay and shawah. Naf, that part's already taken care of. Then you just keep on moving on. Remember, Hebrews always read from right to left. All right, this is a presentation brought to you from Shema Yisrael. All right, Naftah, the tau and the quamats. Naftah, the lamed and the kirik. Naftali. All right, Naftah, El and Isa, lamed and the kirik with the yod. Naftali. Naphtali, which as we know is one of the tribes in Israel. So we just want that to be noted for edification purposes. All right. Now, pardon this. Yeah, I'll go there a little. Gotta know I gotta bring this up. All right. Look at this right here. Jerusalem. Yod, Resh, Wow, Shin, Lamed, Yod, Mem, Sophie. The Yod here has a shawah. All right. If you look very carefully, I'm going to put it like this. All right. Thank you. The yod has a shawah. The yod has a shawah. Yeah. Yeah. You just make the sound of the letter, then you continue on. This is our friend here with the dot in it. Ooh. This letter's resh. Yeah. Ro. Yeah. Ro. Yeah. Ro. Not you. Yeah. Ro. Okay? Resh, R sound and a U together. Yeah. Ro. This is a sheen, as in the word shalom, but it's not shalom. It's just saying sheen there with the quamats. Yerusha. 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 The lamed and the patak. Yerushala. 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 This is a yo with the kirik, the mem sophie. I want to emphasize something. Anytime you have, in this regard, a kwamat or a patak and the yod is next to it, this becomes the I sound, with or without a dagesh in the yod. Yerushalayim. Yerushalayim. Anytime you have a kwamat or patak, as you see under the lamed there, you see the patak, in next letters of yod, it's the I sound, not I at that point. I. Because when you get the word Adonai, Tapokai, Lishonai, Ahobai, that's where you see that. Yerushalayim. The yod had the kirik. Yerushalayim. All right. Yerushalayim. And that's how that works in that regard. So I just want that to be noted for edification purposes. If you're able to look at this and read, you're reading Hebrew. Clap your hands, you graduated. If you're able to read this, you're able to clap your hands, you have graduated. By now, and this just being lesson 4, you are a Hebrew reader. If you follow all of these lessons and take notes, ask questions if you will in a comment board, text me 908-587-4841. You will begin to see that you have become a reader in Hebrew. Follow all 4 lessons meticulously. I promise you, the Most High bless, you will have then become a Hebrew reader. It's not difficult. It is not difficult. It's different. I understand. It's very different. Hebrew is very different. Hebrew's read from right to left. Hebrew, the phonetics is totally different than English, and so forth. But it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. Fast on this, if you will. Pray on this, if you will. Study this, if you will. My suggestion, too, is never try to close your eyes to then try to sit there and get the word like if you're studying or reading. If you stumble and mess up, so be it. Just keep on practicing. By argument to elders, or even should I say adults, some being elders, and I'm not arguing with an elder, I'm just saying. By defense, if you will, I want to take a couple of minutes to talk about this. Well, Hebrew's hard and it's very different, so forth and so on, or it's difficult. Especially if you're a parent, we shouldn't talk like that, because if you are a parent, you more than likely seeing your child, boy or girl, walk and fall as a baby, walk and stumble, walk and trip, walk and fall, and they get right back up and keep on walking. The baby who made the error in tripping or falling would have not fallen or made that error in tripping or falling had he or she known 2 or 3 or 4 seconds before that fall may happen by not paying attention or by simply not knowing. Don't beat yourself up. Learn from a baby in this regard. Learn and see that a baby can sit there and get right back up and keep on running and playing. I've seen it. I've seen children run and play, let's say even younger than the age of 4, and have fallen and get right back up, even if they may have a little scrape or they may be crying and have to be held or have a little scrape that has to be cleaned, maybe with peroxide or something like that. That baby is eventually going to keep on running. That baby is not going to let that fall stop him or her from running. So why do adults sit there and say, I give up? If a baby don't give up, you got to be stronger than a baby. No offense to babies, but what are they going to look up to if they see us as their elders, teachers, role models, and we give up because it's difficult or it's different? Brothers and sisters, need not make any excuses for ourselves in that regard. All right? We're going to close out. In this regard, I'm going to advertise once again, giving honor and praise unto Yah, creator, maker of heaven and earth. For those interested, this book, Egypt Talking Writing, is available on Amazon for those who are interested in it. The price of it's $20. All right? You can get this on Amazon. The Torah comes from the culture of Tameri. Now I want to go and take a brief minute, if you will, to go over the table of contents in this book. All right? So that way you can see why such a book has been written. Introduction, Joseph and Dynasty 12. Dispelling the lies and misunderstandings concerning the Hebrews and the Egyptians, page 14 to page 123. Debates in Israelite perception. Recap and synopsis. Israel is not from Isis, Ra, and El. History to be noted and understood. Questions posed to brothers into Kemetic studies are such. Appendix. Notes. Hebrew page. See, I made sure I put something like that in there. Todayah. K. Muhammad and Dr. Ben. The tribe of Dan. Hapi. Deuteronomy 28:52. Deuteronomy 28:68. There's Hebrew in that particular part for those interested in Deuteronomy 28:68. The breakdown. Hebrew history. The Ten Commandments in Ma'at. Conclusion. Acknowledgements, bibliography. So this is the table of contents for the Egypt Talk and Writing book for those interested. You can get this book on Amazon. All right. So next book we want to talk on in this regard is this here. I call this one my Babylon and Timbuktu book. Anyway, nonetheless, this is Deuteronomy 28:15 to 68, the condition of the blacks. History untold to the masses. Now let's look so you can see why I call it history untold to the masses by looking at the table of contents, if you will. Table of contents. Introduction. From Sumer to America. Brief history of Israel. Deuteronomy 28:15 to 68. 12 tribe chart. Egypt Talk and Writing revisited. Bibliography acknowledgements. So this right here, this is the table of contents for this book right here for those interested. This book too, also available on Amazon as of November 2nd, starting tomorrow. Reason being, with this one here is because I'm updating the cover. Everything else is the same, I'm just updating the cover. So if you want this, you can go on Amazon as of tomorrow, which is the 2nd of this month, okay? For those, pardon me, pen fell, for those who are interested in that particular regard, all right? Now, this one here, the most controversial one, Old Testament Hebrews respond, why are there non-messianics? All right, this right here is dedicated and funds to the congregation Shema Yisrael. All right, so I don't take this money for self. I put that off to the side for the camp itself. All right, but we're going to look real quick into the table of contents of this for edification purposes, if you will. All right, and it says this. Intro. Old Testament brothers respond. The matter of sacrifices. What about the lamb? Chapter 3. Jeremiah 31. The matter of the covenant. Isaiah 7. Emmanuel and the Assyrians. Deuteronomy 18. A prophet who succeeded Moses. Chapter 6. Old Testament brothers respond again. Chapter 7. Said prophecies of Jesus explained. Chapter 8, which I think is the most controversial chapter. Jesus and Paul versus Moses and Solomon. Chapter 9, conclusion. Old Testament brothers respond, the book is sealed. Appendix, additional articles, bibliography acknowledgement. So that's what this is right here. So this is a Hebrew class, but for those who may say that we're trying to run away from messianic prophecies, no, we're not. All right, so we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about in that particular regard. So with that, we're going to go on and read out of this here and close out Deuteronomy chapter 5, the part that has in regards to the 10 commandments, and close out, okay? So we can gain an understanding of what we're talking about in this particular regard. Ano ki ya Eloheka, Asher Hose Tika, Me eretz Mitzrayim mi beit abadim. Lo yihye laka Elohim akerim al panai. Lo ta'ase laka fisel. Kal temuna. Asher bashamai mi ma'al. Wa asher ba'aretz mitakat. Wa asher b'mayim mitakat la'aretz. Lo tishtakawe lahem. Wa lo ta'aben. Ke anoki ya Eloheka. El kwana. Poqued awon abot al banin wa al shileshin wa al ribein lason I. We osek keset la alafim la ohabai. U shomre mitzvotai. I'm going to stop right there for a second. And I want to emphasize something. All right. I'm going to highlight some things here that we have just went over in reading. All right. Let's look at this particular part that's highlighted here. Right. The son I. The son I. See that aleph there with the quamats and the yod? That's how you get, as stated earlier, the I sound. The son I to my haters. Right? Well, all right, so that's what that means. Where Oseh said is showing and doing. Oseh, what Oseh in doing. Chesed, kindness. La alafim, to the thousands. All right? La ohabai. You see that bet there with the actual patak and the yod? La ohabai. To my lovers, to those that love me. Just showing you real quick in here how you get the I sound. Ud shomre mitzvotai. Again, you got the kwamats and the yod. Mitzvotai, my commandments. So I just wanted to show how that particular thing works in that regard. Lo tisa et shem ya Eloheka lashal. Kilo yenakwe ya. Et asher yisa et shamo lashal. Shamor et yom hashabat la kwacho. Kashel zilka ya Eloheka. Sheshet yamin ta'abo. Wa asita kol malakteka. Wa yom hashbi shabbat la ya Eloheka. Kol malaka. Lota salakli. Lota ase kol malaka. Ata ubinka ubiteka. Wa abdika wa amateka. Wa shoraka. Wa kamurka. Wa kol behemteka. Wa geraka. Asher bish areka. Rhymes, huh? Lema'an yanuak abdika. Wa amatka kamoka. Wa zakarata ki ebed hayita. Wa aret mitzrayim. Wa yotziaka ya Eloheka. Nisham bayat kazakwa. Ubis roa netuya. Al kain ziu ka ya Eloheka la asot et yom hashabat. Habed et abika we et imeka. Ka asio ziuka ya Eloheka la ma'an. Ya arikon ya meka ul ma'an yitab lak. Al ha'adama. Asio ya Eloheka no tain laka. Lo tirazak, thou shalt not murder. Lo tin af, thou shalt not commit adultery. Walo tignob, and thou shalt not steal. Walo ta'ane bara'aka et shall. Neither shalt thou be a false witness or a vain witness against thy neighbor. Lo takmod eshet re'aka. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Lo tit away beit re'aka. And thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Sadehu, his field, wa abdo, or his manservant, wa amato, and his maidservant, shoro, his ox, wa kamodo, and his donkey, wa kol ashir l're'aka, and all that which is your neighbor's. So we want this to be noted for edification purposes. All right, in time, during one of the lessons, we'll go over the 10 Commandments in Hebrew and break it down each part by each part by each part by each part, whether it's the verb, the noun, all of the prefixes, all of the suffixes. So we want that to be noted for edification purposes. With that, this has been a presentation from Shema Yisrael, giving honor and praise to Yah, creator, maker of heaven and earth. Shalom.